step.
Target. I've no time for games. Of course. I've no time for games.
Let's do some more offensive warding now, so like a ward here maybe, a ward there. One of those 3 spots would be nice.
I'm listening. It's time to even the scales. Show me.
Nice, get your force too.
Done. The moment is upon us. I've no time for games. It's time to even the scales.
350 kill blank.
I've no time for games.
I think we could go for it if you want.
I'm coming mid, you can wait if you want. Oh shit, Mem,
There's a lot coming from
they're
them, there's
for
like people everywhere. There's dark green behind you, so be careful. Let's go for him.
you. Rage is coming for you too.
The moment is upon us. Of course.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get these creeps to
Get
stop
on, oh
attacking us.
shit. Mem.
The moment is upon us.
Help.
I've no time for games.
So,
It's time to even the scales. I've no time for games. Of course. Give in.
Wicked soul.
I've no time for games.
Nice swap.
The moment is upon us. It's time to even the scales. Of course. I've no time for games. The moment is upon us.
Yay, blink deck.
Show me a target. I've no time for games. Of course. It's time to even the scales. Survive. The moment is upon us. I've no time for games. It's time
So many
to
deaths.
even the scales.
The only one who's negative.
Done. It's time to even the scales. Of course. I've no time for games.
Monster kill.
Catcher's so good.
It's time to even the scales.
Getting hit first.
It's upon us.
Yeah, I know.
Push the attack. Our allies' town needs help.
Razor did really good considering how much he got ganked.
It's time to even the scales. The moment is upon us. Push the attack. May my enemy true. Our allies' town needs help. Done. It's time
Clock was just messing with my health, it hurt.
The moment is upon us. I've no time
Earn
for
me.
games.
Yay.
It's time to even the scales. Done.
Look at that, you got a bottle, you got a force staff, you got an urn, a ball.
I have a Dagon too, it's at
It's
base.
time to even the scales.
Wait.
I've no time for games. Of course. It's time to even the scales. Done. Of course. The moment is upon us. Of course. The moment is upon us. It's time to even the scales. Of course.
Dark green bot.
Done. Of course.
Just take
I've
your...
no time for games.
Okay.
He'll come hooking in, and then we can just force staff whoever it is out. I think...
The moment is upon us. It's time to even the scales. Of course. It's time to even the scales. The moment is upon us. I've no time for games. The moment is upon us.
I think they've given up.
Time to even the scales.
Godlike Odin.
We have the moment. The moment is upon us. I've no time for games. It's time to even the scales. The moment
Great
is
ult.
upon us.
Aw, yeah.
I have no time for games. The moment is upon us. I have no time for games.
Oh, you're in trouble. You're in trouble.
Can. Yeah, it's not working. I might die. I'm alive!
Of course.
I was gonna jump over and deny. Can I deny?
You can't. No, you can't. You
Oh.
can't deny Maledict.
Done. Of course. Done. I've no time for games. Of course. I've no time for games. Done. The moment is upon us. Done. It's time to even the scales. I've no time for games. Of course. Done. I've no time for games. Done. Of course. The moment is upon us. Of course. It's time to even the scales. I've no time for games. Of course. The moment is upon us.
Oh my god.
Let's see how the stats are. Not bad.
That was not bad at all. Great job, everybody.
Yeah, you know what? I agree. Gray was kind of.
The cache isn't ready for CM.
Yeah, you know what? The Clockwork and Clockwork and Razor weren't bad at all.
Well, Clockwork picked me off like twice at full HP. That was annoying because I didn't have Force Staff. I should have just rushed Force Staff. Are you hosting it up? Well,
pretty good. There is the Ventral Sax upgrade, however, and
Yes.
that could mean the start of some drops here from Moon.
Your game is in place in Q successfully, positioning Q0.
Drops on these huge
Okay.
army are extremely good, especially if you spent a lot on roaches early on, and you know all these lings that Moon built early, suddenly he can morph them all into banelings. So it's taking that army that was used for some sort of one-time defense and transitioning it into something that's good for a late defense. But now we see Naniwa now moving out with the second Colossus. This is a trademark, very, very nice aggression by Naniwa.
And he is gonna, I mean, Moon is gonna split up his army here a little bit. He's sending a pack of roaches and lings over to this third. He's gonna warp in a few stalkers to try to defend it, but those stalkers will go down quite easily. However, the roaches just kind of staying stationary, causing Naniwa to react though, and gonna throw that off a little bit. It will allow him a little bit of time to, you know, get done what he wants to get done. Now, what is that? He is getting Baneling speed, also waiting for melee attacks level 2, and there is going to be the morphing of these Banelings, but they're going to be so slow for quite a while. He's going to have to use them in drops.
So here comes the nice aggression from Naniwa. We see that one over. So you're trying to put a changeling out. Naniwa doesn't want any of that. Now trying to eliminate some of these creep tumors. Has to be careful. There's roaches, banelings, zerglings at every single angle. This expansion just now getting up from Naniwa. Hasn't begun any sort of transfer. Has not yet gotten any of that blink. And oh my goodness, 32 more banelings getting morphed by Moon. He is going to have a ridiculous amount of banelings. You know, it's a useful fact to keep in mind.
What's that?
Look at that, 43 damage versus light. You can actually kill a probe in one hit with a baneling once it's at +2 upgrade.
Yep, and he is loaded up. Look at the amount of overlords that are filled with banelings. There are so many right now. He's got a ton of roaches as well, so he will have to execute this nicely. Now he's going to split up his roach force and try to create a sandwich out of the Protoss here. Naniwa is definitely moving back. The Observer following the action from behind has a pretty darn good idea what's happening now. We also see the Spire underway, so if he has to switch over to Corruptors, he can. And the question is will we actually see the engaged attack here? It does look like he's going to go in!
Oh no! Completely murdering all of these stalkers, doing huge damage, catching all of them at an amazing angle. Naniwa now trying to spread out.
They just changed what Broodmother's strong against. Weaker against towers, spiders are better against heroes.
Backside, and Naniwa may have amazingly defended against.
And I like that a lot better because it's more fun to micro spiders against heroes than it is just to auto attack a tower.
A lot of these overlords. In fact, look at that. We see a huge
All
supply
of the fun with you isn't it,
deficit for Moon right now. His marching back with
Yeah, dude, I
all
want
of those
those
roaches, and had those force fields not gone down, it would not have been pretty for Naniwa.
Naniwa now adding on a ridiculous amount of extra gateways. Still has not
Yeah, that
done
was,
any
well,
upgrades.
you saw the
Neither
abuse.
blink nor charge, nor even the +2 upgrades. He does have 1-1 though, and it looks like Naniwa is trying to play
Abuse is
very
work.
patiently. There's the ground weapons level 2 finally getting started. And it looks like a couple more Banelings getting worked by Moon, but he hasn't done any
What was the
harassment
cast
at
range of
all.
life
How's
range,
his
or
tech?
what's the
Well,
cast
he
range
is
of
getting
life range
extra
right now?
macro hatcheries, but has not yet opted to get a hive.
30
He's
F and
just now
bars at
getting this
900.
corruptor and is taking himself a fifth
Got
base.
nerfed down to 550.
Yeah, I mean, the upgrades of the Protoss is
sense, it
definitely
was
something
900.
that Moon is
He just
probably
came
going to have
up-
to worry
he-
about.
he
We
could
are
just
gonna
come
see
at you from out
an
of the
attack
trees,
and a cancellation
and you
here by
die.
Moon, but already we see Naniwa's army at 1-1 with +2 weapons on the way. Blink as well. I was wondering where the Corruptors are, but it looks like we've got 8 on the way, and so now we'll have the
Whatever, now
combination
just
of
phase
not
boot,
only
run up to
dropping
you and
the
then do it.
veins,
No
but the
big deal.
Corruptors to deal with the Colossi, especially in case more force fields do come out.
Dude,
Now,
they
looking at
nerfed
the unit
tree
counting
and
station,
shit,
there's
honey,
only
so
2
OP.
sentries for Naniwa, so he's not
Good.
going to be able to have the same concentration of force
extremely,
fields that he
oh,
had
like,
in the last
overpowered.
matchup. But that, of course, assumes that Moon is going to go
That
in for another
AoE
push
heal
here.
was so stupid.
And we see 3 more gateways getting thrown down by Naniwa. Oh no, Naniwa is going to establish himself a 4th base.
Don't even know what else
He's
to say about
trying
it.
to
It was
secure
dumb.
it by constantly putting pressure here on the left, and it looks like Moon is going to make another push attempt. But look at this, Naniwa is now maxed himself, and it looks like a single roach is going to catch all of these probes moving on in.
yeah.
Surprise, surprise! Now he's even walled off his poor little probies.
What
Naniwa
was his
does
buff?
only have 1 pylon
His
powering
illusions do
everything
extra
here, but
damage.
will
Wait,
it be
never
enough?
mind.
Here comes
You
the big
got,
push by Moon.
And there we go. The Overlords are going to move in. Banelings are starting to fall. He has
Really?
to go back.
What
One
was
of the
it?
Colossus has already fallen down, but there are
That's
quite
right,
a few
solutions take more
Colossus
damage.
here. In fact, we have got like 6 Colossus on the field, and it is going to be a quick retreat by Moon. I don't know that he did as much damage with his Banelings as he did last time. And remember, if you're not killing the Stalkers, or at least doing whole damage, you're not really doing damage at all. They can regenerate those fields, so he knows about this 3rd base. I wonder if Moon might try some sort of back assault. In fact, Naniwa might think that that is a possibility too, putting down already a pylon, maybe even expand right there, while Moon is trying to get his 5th base up.
Now, at this point in the game, we see that Naniwa is now maxed. He has 6 Colossi on the field, 21 Stalkers, a huge number of Zealots, and is just now about to get that 7th Colossus. Naniwa is showing that if you can force your opponent into making this
Bad
big
players
mid-game army,
doing
you
good.
can just wait and wait and wait until it hits late game, and suddenly that max Roche force is not good anymore. In fact, it even harms you that you can't make some of those more powerful food units, and it looks like Moon under a lot of trouble now that Naniwa is poking at this 5th base. Going to take it out with ease. Great force fields by Naniwa, trapping most of those roaches, but look at the corruptor count already knocking down a lot of those Colossi. Only 3 remain, 2 remain, and they are going to fall so fast.
And look at this great decision by Moon. He is going to bring his roaches around the back. A force field goes down, but there is only 1. He does lose a few Corruptors, but I think the trade was well worth it. 6 of those Colossi do go down. We now see Immortals
Why'd
coming
Monkey
out
leave?
to deal with those roaches and basically making those Corruptors ineffective. We also have Storm being researched, and +3 weapons is on the way. Moon is finally getting +1 weapon. He has +2 carapace. He's also getting +2 flyer attacks.
Interestingly, Moon opting now to get a lot
Man,
of
why'd Monkey leave?
Hydralisks. A
Yeah.
very interesting choice given the fact that there's a lot of
you know.
Colossi constantly popping out on the field for Naniwa. Does have a little bit of window of opportunity. Now that those Colossi are gone, Moon's going to take that advantage, push against this 3rd base from Naniwa, but
Typical
it's
guys
not
bad
good for the
on the
4th or 5th. There the Colossi are coming in. He does manage to take it out, but here comes that Blink Stalker micro from Naniwa. Amazing Corruptor count, managing to eliminate that Colossus very, very easily. So we're going to now see Moon pull back, make the retreat, and we do see that that hive is done, but ugh. Never have you been cursed as much to get an upgrade, and when your hive finishes, Wheat has to wait for that to go down. And will he have enough time to get that Greater Spire? Well, you know what is great news for Moon? Given the fact that he has pushed this game on longer and longer and longer with just roaches and Banelings, look at the gas count for Zerg. Rarely ever do you see a Zerg lucky enough to be with
Alright, I'm
3,000
booting
gas
off
at the
deck.
23-minute mark.
G-dub.
Well, I'm a little surprised there. We did see +3 flyer attacks come down momentarily for Moon. Is he not
AF Lord.
He's canceled the Greater Spire?
Interesting.
I do not get that choice, but it looks like he's going to instead be opting for this Roach Hydra Baneling combination.
Yeah, and, you know, it's a little. I can understand. Hey, I took out a bunch